Finally got a shower today. I feel human. Wore me slap out. I am exhausted. Had to take some big painkillers. Normally I take 1 milligram of Dilaudid IV when I have pain, but they offered me 2 milligrams for when things get really out of control, and I wound up having to do that today, but it's not the point of what I wanted to say today. I want to talk a little bit about faith. I used to be a Christian, and I don't like that term anymore because it doesn't fully incorporate what I believe. That implies mainstream Christianity, the mainstream church as we know it today. And that's not what Jesus taught. 2 days before, I prefer to call him Yeshua. That doesn't mean that it's wrong to call him Jesus. I prefer Yeshua Hamachiach, which is Hebrew for Jesus the Messiah. But 2 days before he was crucified, Matthew chapter 23, starting in verse 1, he is talking to the crowds, everybody. It's the Jews, the Gentiles, the scribes, the Pharisees, everybody that would listen. He said to them, when the Pharisees teach from the seat of Moses, do as they teach, for they teach with the authority of Moses. And what he meant by that is, in the synagogues, there would be the seat of Moses, where they would teach the law of Moses and the prophets. Now, clearly today, we're not able to follow a lot of the laws that we have no temple, things like that. And after Jesus, Yeshua, died on the cross and was resurrected, in Acts chapter 15, I think it was starting, there's a great debate going on, and it's about what it takes to be saved. Some people were saying that in order to be saved, you had to be circumcised. Some people said in order to be saved, you had to be baptized. That's not the point made in Acts chapter 15. Neither one is correct. Yeshua Hamachiach is the way, the truth, and the life. There is no path to the Father except through him. You cannot, will not, never could earn or deserve salvation through obedience to the law. Can't happen. So please do not take what I'm saying as observance to Torah is necessary for salvation. It's not. So with that being said, at the end of Acts chapter 15, I believe it's around verse 18, the decision is made that after conversion, new believers were to follow 4 simple commandments. And they're pretty easy. Abstain from, abstain from meat sacrificed to idols, abstain from temple prostitution, abstain from blood, abstain from strangled meat. Honestly, if you live in America, chances are you're not doing any of those anyway, so pretty well covered. And then it follows up with saying, because the law is taught in every synagogue in every major city on the Sabbath. So what does that mean? That even after 2 days before Jesus was crucified, Jesus was preaching obedience to the Torah. And then we see after the death and resurrection and ascension, the disciples are saying the exact same thing. You know the verse that I'm about to quote now. Faith without works is dead. What are those works? To me, that is obedience to Torah. Again, I am not saved because of those laws. Can't be done. I'm not placing myself under those laws. The sacrifice on the cross saved me from the consequences of breaking those laws. So why do I follow them? It's a very valid question. Why do I follow those? Jesus asked Peter 3 times, "Do you love me?" "Yes, I love you." "Peter, do you love me?" "Yes, I love you." "Peter, do you love me?" "Yes, I love you." "Then obey my commandments." What commandments? Well, Jesus spent his entire ministry teaching the Torah, living out what Torah was. Because John chapter 1 says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." And then I believe it's in verse 14 where it says that Jesus is the Word. Genesis chapter 1, and God said, Word. Jesus built this earth. When God told Moses the law, the Word. The Torah is God's Word. Jesus is Torah. He came to this earth to live it out. In fact, if you look at the ancient pictograph word Torah, if I remember correctly, it says, "Behold a man nailed for sin," or something. It's something along those lines. Man nailed, or behold man nailed. It's something along those lines. But it is Jesus. It is Yeshua. So the Bible also defines sin as iniquity. Jesus tells us that on the day of judgment, not everybody who says, "Lord, Lord," will enter the kingdom of heaven. Did we not prophesy in your name? Did we not cast out demons in your name? And he will say, "Depart from me, for I never knew you, you workers of lawlessness." So we obey the law to the best we can. There's a movie, came out many years ago. I really dislike it as a whole, as a movie. I don't like the people who were in it. It was Jennifer Aniston, and I can never remember his name, but I want to throat punch him every time I see his face. He's just got one of those faces. But in the movie, there's a scene where he's playing video games. She is Vince Vaughn. That's it. She is doing dishes, and she's asking him, "Can you help me with the dishes? Can you help me take out the trash? I need some help. I've had a hard day. I need some help." And he's, "No, I'm playing video games. Please, I just 5 minutes. Fine, I'll do the damn dishes." No, you know what? Don't even worry about it. "No, I'm up. I'm doing the dishes. That's what you want anyway, right?" "No, I want you to want to do the dishes." Who wants to do the dishes? God told us, if you want to love him, here's how to do it. He gave us a life he wants us to live. I obey Torah because that's how he wants me to show him I love him. And so I obey, not out of obligation, but because I want to do the dishes.